Race 9 then, Class 3, 1400 metres, second last at Sha Tin for the opening day of the season. We have 14 of them going to post, headed by Star Performance, who drops in class. His one win so far here in Hong Kong has been over the 1400 metres. Cordyceps will roll forward from barrier number 8. He's a four-time winner all up, including over this trip. Excellent Proposal was excellent on debut, beaten off short head by Falcon Turbo. Uncle Steve drops in class. Tianchi Monster drops in class, drops in trip as well. Private Council, Chickpeas is on for his first start of the season now with David Hayes. Great Treasure, and Perfect Pair comes up in class with his win over course and distance, beating Mission Smart as favourite on his final start last campaign. The Hulk for Casper Founds is the only one of these that's been up at Chung Fa. He'll be ridden by Neil Callan from barrier number 14, Mark.
And he had a trial up there as well, Andrew, with the top score leading on a good to slow tempo over Cordyceps, the Hulk 3 Wine, Perfect Pair, Regency Bobo. The starts have been an issue with him, so he might need a little asterisk next to his name around Hong Kong Great. Star Performance in Alkari, and then we go back lines of 3 at the back half of the field, Paul.
He's a likely favourite in the race. Excellent Proposal. He's in the blue saddlecloth. He wasn't pushed out with Beauty Applause, who's racing in the last. Nice piece from both. You can see that neither were taxed or pushed out towards the end of their work either. So nice piece from both those two. Uncle Steve, I thought he's going really well, and he did win fresh up off a higher rating last season. So and once he was at Sha Tin last season, I thought some of his runs weren't too bad towards the back end as well. He did have a couple of runs at Happy Valley. And Private Council, they're going to change the gear with him. Cheek Pieces will go on for the first time. David Hayes, it's just drawn a little bit awkward in 9, but his work, it looks like he's improved a bit. He's only had the 2 starts. All
right, excellent. Good work in the track work there. We'll see some of those in a moment as well, and hear from Joe Moreira talking about Excellent Proposal. We'll start off, though, Mark, with Star Performance and Hong Kong Great, who just had 1 start last season and he beat 1 horse home.
He did. He was 3 wide in this trial and he pressed forward up outside of the leaders. He just gives some ground late. You can see Star Performance here, Paul, is just being hard ridden at the 200 metres, but he does stick on okay after this.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Now, and he has one fresh up. He actually won on debut here in Hong Kong for his Hong Kong debut, so he doesn't go bad in this sort of state. The hood will go on Hong Kong Great as well for the first time for a second start.
All right, well, speaking of debuts, Excellent Proposals was a pretty good one as well, only beaten a short head on that occasion. He returns for John Size with Joe Moreira in the saddle.
Excellent Proposal, Joe. You rode him in his first ever run. How's he going now leading into his second run here in Hong Kong and stepping up in trip?
No doubt he's going better than before. He has shown to be a bit more mature. His trial the other day was eye-catching, so he's definitely going to the race with a little bit more experience than what he has had in the past.
Was he not that great out of the gates in the trials?
Very much as he wasn't at the race at his first time out in Hong Kong. So I'm not too concerned about that, because it's just a matter of time until he gets used to how it works over here, and he needs a little bit of more race experience until he's able to produce what he really got best on in regards to speed out of the gate. So I'm not too concerned about it.
And we're speaking to you 2 days before the first meeting of the season here in Hong Kong. You're the Magic Man, you've won 3 jockeys titles here. What's your vibe going into the new season?
My vibe is like I'm doing what I really love. I love being involved into horse racing. I love winning races, and I'm very fortunate to have great support of some nice people, and you know, I have in hand some very nice horses that get me excited to be looking forward. So I'm one of those that can't wait until we get going.
There you go, Joe, excited about Sunday, as are we. We can have another look at Excellent Proposal here. This is the run last season, Mark. He was only beaten a short head. There was money for him, so it was expected, but it seems like he's brought some of that Australian form with him and he's hit the ground running.
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? It was only a small field here, so he didn't have a whole lot of horses to get past. It was just a field of 9. He's up against 14 or 13 competitors on Sunday, but the way he just keeps on winding up here, Paul, is very encouraging, especially when he's got the extra furlong to have with him on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't he? Stepping up to 1400 metres, I think, with him. He did hit the line nice. He does a couple of things wrong. He's slow out a couple of times, but I think he's going to be tough to beat.
They won up to the 1400 metres as well for the Friedmans. Richard and Michael Friedman, when trained in Australia. So Excellent Proposal. He's our favourite. Now, Regency Bobo at the trials, Paul, and he wasn't the sharpest away, really. Here.
No, he's was a bit of a monkey, wasn't he? Regency Bobo, he finished up towards the back in this trial because he sort of just blew the start. Barrier 4 should be in a nice place. There's another one getting on in age now. He's a 7-year-old. but he's been a tough war horse here in Hong Kong.
He wasn't knocked around in the trial after missing the start. You can see just at the back he was allowed to cruise down the outside, but he also dislodged Zach just after the start of his previous race appearance. So barriers haven't been his friend too much of late.
All right, so that is Regency Bobo. What about Gift of Lifeline? I think his record is pretty solid, Paul. He's a three-time winner all up and a course and distance winner to boot.
Yeah, really tries hard, this horse. Last start winner at the back end of the season. Winning this race was a nice win from him. He's drawn a little awkward in 11, but he does get back as well, does Gift of Lifeline. So if he can reproduce that, he's up in the ratings now, but look, he's an honest horse.
He's a winner over 1,400 metres. You can see there he really digs deep on the inside. Mr. Alden eventually rushes at them late and came very close to him in that finish. He's back to 1,400. I think might prefer him at the mile at the moment.
All right, well, another horse that won on his final start last season was Perfect Pair. Back up in class though, Paul, and maybe that'll be his undoing. He hasn't managed to win in Class 3 in the past.
Yeah, now with Jimmy Ting, of course, Perfect Pair. So obviously the changes did do the horse well, but as you mentioned, he's up in grade now. So he has struggled a little bit up in grade. That was a strong win though. He did nothing wrong, and obviously enjoys the new environment.
He's been back at the trial since then too. He's just had the one trial and he was only fair up the straight, so maybe up in grade he might be looking for something easier. All
right, that's Perfect Pair then, bottom weight, but favourite and clear favourite here, Paul, is Excellent Proposal.
Yeah, he's come up pretty short. I think he's going to be the hardest to beat, but I will take Uncle Steve to beat him. Look, he won fresh last season off a higher rating. He was rated 80 there. He's now down to a rating of 78. So he does go well fresh, and he's 16 to 1. So I think he will be my each way play. Uncle Steve, Excellent Proposal, the hardest to beat. Cordyceps won at this meeting last season. Another horse that does go well fresh. And I thought the Hulk, he's shown to me in his track work he's improved in the off season. So 6, 4, 3 and 9, but happy to go each way the 6.
The 4, Excellent Proposal. That interview we heard with Joe, the replay we saw, the extra 200 metres, that all is going to help him. So number 4, Excellent Proposal on top. To beat number 1, Star Performance. His only Class 3 start, as Andrew said, was a 1,400 metre win. Akari's flying. A win and a second at his last 2. He's only up £2 on that previous last start second. He draws barrier 2. And Cordyceps was big in a trial, covered plenty of ground and kept on in that 2. 4, 1, 10 and 3.
I got the same Quinella as Paul, but I've gone with a favourite on top. Very hard to beat, I think. Excellent Proposal. Uncle Steve, don't write him off. All right, one more race to go. Race number 10 plus all the best bets. That comes up next.